Well, since we moved into a new house, I thought it might be a good time to expand. I know this doesn't look like Redfoot stuff, but this is going to be the new tortoise room. Those are the pens for my Russian breeding group. And here we go, the Redfoot pen. As you can see, I'm working my way through, and I'm redoing this for them. They're right here in the box. You can't see them peeking through right now. But steel stock tank. And what I'm doing this time is I'm using the coconut fiber bricks, expanding them, and I'm using a Scott's topsoil. Here in the South, most of the topsoil you buy that's, like $1.50 a bag is really crap. Up north, when we lived in Minneapolis, the topsoil you buy at Home Depot there was fantastic. This stuff is just crud. But the Scott's topsoil is great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically fill this, and I've done this before in the past, topsoil and the coconut fiber, and this topsoil also has sphagnum moss in it. So this will be a much more friable substrate. And also, as I've recommended in previous videos, just take the water and I can wet it down. I can keep the substrate across the entire pen moist enough that it releases the moisture beautifully and keeps it, when it's enclosed, and heat, keeps it at minimum 70, usually 80 to 85% humidity at tortoise level at all times by keeping the substrate moist, but not so moist and wet that it can cause any shell rot. It just works out beautifully. So that's what I'm doing. I'll show you the completion when I'm done, but I thought it might make some sense to just kind of show, once again, what you can do. This is the one at this point, if I want to get two, but this large steel stock tank that I'm using now down here, since we moved to Texas 3 years ago, for my adult Redfoot breeding pair. Well, there we go. They're in there now. There's my big piece of Lexan. It fits almost the whole thing. I've got another small piece down here. I just got the top to the thing I had them in for the moment, covering that piece up. But pretty much a fully enclosed environment. And here's my device, one of the devices that I use. Here you can see me. It's a little monitor that Wi-Fi monitor we've got that basically gives me temp and humidity, so I can know what it is. And it's right next to our TV set in the living room, so I can see exactly how they're doing. I'll have another one in here, so I know, keep track of the temperature and the humidity in here. But there's their new setup, same as it was before. But I have found after 18 years with these guys, this type of setup really works. Granted, it's dark. I haven't put the light in there yet, but it's still a muted light. Dark like a forest, humid, warm, right diet, they thrive. So there you go. And then the last thing I've done here is I've got my $10 humidifier. I've got that in a couple other videos that I've got all hooked up. And what I do is I've got it on a timer. And so it runs for 30 minutes, 4 times a day. That keeps it nice and damp in there. And as I've said, I don't have any problem whatsoever keeping this entire environment at 70 to 85% humidity year-round all the time, and anywhere from 75 at its absolute coolest to 92 or 93 at its warmest in the summer. And it works out just great. But there's one other thing you can do, kind of a do-it-yourself, like I said, it was dirt cheap, humidifier that I've got on a timer. And I just come back and check it every couple of days and refill the water that's in there. But it keeps it nice and damp in there. So that's the last piece of this puzzle. Hope you like this updated, simple, long-term Redfoot or Yellowfoot pen. Till next time. Thanks for watching this video on these truly unique tortoises. Now, if you're interested in learning more about these wonderful animals, or want to become an expert on Redfoot or Yellowfoot tortoises, you can, because I've created a complete care and husbandry video course that has all aspects of their diet, indoor and outdoor pens, breeding, and their health covered for you. It's over an hour's worth of information distilled from my 16 plus years of working with Redfoots, and I think you'll enjoy it and find the information valuable. Check out the link at the top right or below in the description, and thanks again for your interest in these unique tortoises.